After the recent revival of Heroes and Generals, I thought it would be good to make a new, updated 2026 German Armour tier list. So here we go. First tank is the Panzer I, which you start with, and that immediately goes into doo-doo. It's okay against infantry, but any other light tank is going to obliterate you instantly. Even the M2A2 from the United States is much better. It's faster, it has two extremely powerful, comparatively, 50 caliber guns, and it will rip you to shreds. You need to get off this tank as soon as absolutely possible. But I would not recommend this next tank either. The first Panzer II. It is okay against infantry. It has the 20mm cannon, which you can load HE rounds in, but it's just not worth it if you're going to be fighting any other tanks, or even just anything that's lightly armored. It's not even really worth it compared to the next tank, which is the 38T. This guy has an actual cannon, and this is what you want to be using if you're fighting tank v tank, capture and hold. If you're using any other German light tank, you'll just get destroyed. You need to use this guy, possibly upgrade your ammunition if you want to do that, and just get out of the German light tanks as soon as possible. They really suck overall, and yeah, just the higher tier tanks and tank destroyers are much better than the light tanks for Germany. Next we have the Panzer II Lux, and it's hard to do this, but it's really not worth it over the 38T. It's more expensive, and it doesn't really fight better. You have to get closer to your targets. You can't be shooting halfway across the map like the 38T, and it's just so not worth it compared to spending your money on a medium or even saving for a heavy tank or something like that. I would not recommend the Lux. Just go for the 38T and then be done with your light tanks. Next up we have the medium tanks class, and the Panzer III, it's okay. 50mm cannon does alright against other tanks, but you're definitely going to get bodied by the heavier, the stronger mediums from the Soviets and the United States. It really can't punch above its own class, but it can punch down with its 50mm cannon, definitely. If you just want a cheap medium tank, you're not really a tanker, maybe you're going to use this, but it's not like it's not a miracle tank by any stretch. Next up we have the Panzer IV. This guy, it's slightly better. It's better than the Panzer III, but it's not amazing. Maybe not enough to warrant an A tier listing. You're going to be able to absolutely obliterate an M3 Lee if you get the first shot off. Things like that. Just fighting other medium tanks, it's a lot more capable. It has more armoring around the tracks, obviously, with its side skirts. You can still get your gun breech destroyed quite easily, which is a big downfall of this tank. But it's certainly an okay tank. You wouldn't be too mad about buying this, and you wouldn't really later regret it too much. Next up, the Panther tank. This guy is pretty good. It's huge, but it's very fast and very powerful. It also has the 75mm cannon, like the Panzer IV does. But its frontal armor is way better than any of the previously mentioned tanks so far. In straight up tank v tank frontal armor only, this guy will rip other tanks to shreds completely. If infantry can get around you, you're just gonna die instantly. They're gonna be shooting rockets into your ass, and you probably won't be able to get away if they track you or hit your transmission or engine, but purely tank v tank, this guy is pretty good. Next up, we have the Tiger 1. It's pretty good too. It has double zoom sights, 88mm cannon. Armor is okay. Not too much to say about it, except that it gets absolutely dwarfed by its big brother, the Tiger 2. It has everything that's great about the Tiger 1, double zoom sights, good cannon, and it just has great armor put on top of that. Yes, anti-tank Rambos can kill you still, of course, if they track you and just have like 9 rockets to shoot into your engine, but this guy is extremely well defended and just a very strong tier 2 heavy tank in all measures, essentially. Tank v tank, this guy is going to obliterate, and especially if you can get a repairman on you, you will just sit the entire match killing and refreshing your ammunition and just keep killing. So this guy's extremely powerful if you know how to play it. And in the tank destroyers, first you can get the Hetzer, which it's kind of a C, almost a B tank. I like that it has the 360 gun on top, which you can quickly switch to and kill any Rambos running up on you. But it does get killed rather quickly if you get spotted, and it's just not amazing. It's cheap to unlock. It's enticing. The 360 gun on top is nice, but in the long run, it might not be worth it to keep this tank for when you've fully fleshed out your tanker character. The Stug is hard to place as well. I'm gonna give it a B because it has surprisingly good frontal armor. If this guy gets in a fight with, say, US mediums, and you have the quicker reload of your main cannon, this guy will just totally destroy those mediums. It's pretty short. Its frontal armor is very strong. Cannon is okay. And if you get that quick reload, you can just chow through other tanks before they can kill you for sure. Finally, the Jagdpanther heavy tank destroyer. This is probably an A tier. It's basically a shortened down Panther, but it also has double zoom sights and the long barrel 88, so you can shoot across the entire map with this gun. It's pretty strong. Yeah, it's just a pretty good heavy tank destroyer if you have the money to unlock it, but it takes a long time to get to it. So if you're just having fun, if you're not absolutely grinding and sweating to get every single tank that the Germans have, you probably won't ever get this and you won't see it much, but it does do pretty well in tank v tank battles. It can be rammed from behind though, just like basically every other tank destroyer from Germany, and you'll just have to hop out and, you know, good luck. Otherwise you lose your tank and your life, so that's always a threat, to be rammed from behind by other tanks. If you disagree, let me know in the comments, and that's it for today.